Hi, Kupo. I first want to say Happy New Year. We all have struggled together in 2020, but luckily that is all behind us now. 2021 looks bright, and I can't wait to dive deep into the new year, but that's not what I'm here for. For those of you who know, actually, go ahead and start some nice music. That's the one. Okay. I'm a very respectable person. I love lots of people. I respect lots of people, especially women. I Women are beautiful in all sorts of ways, and I respect each and every one of you. For there's many things that you guys can do that I can't do, and I thank you for that. And I appreciate everything you guys do, and I respect women in every way because I believe every woman should be respected. With that said, this is Big Tiddy Goth Girlfriend Simulator. And don't let that title fool you. There are two big reasons why I want to play this game. One, it looks like a Game Boy. And two, it has some pretty awesome music. Why don't you take a listen? Anyways, let's get into it. But first of all, there is a warning. If you are not okay with adult content, go back and watch some of the other brilliant stuff I have on this channel. But if you're here with me on this adventure, let's dive right in. This is Wayton College, specifically the wing of the dorms where I live. It was remodeled from the remains of a castle that was centuries old and was rumored to be haunted, which I totally love. My name is Raven, and my roommate is Madeline. We're super close friends, so close that even after graduation, we both enrolled in the same college, just so we can hang out more and get ready for the bull crud of the adult world together. We first met up by just sort of gradually gravitating towards the goth clique at our high school. We started with small disconnecting conversations, but we soon found we shared the same particular interest when it came to matters of the macabre. Macabre. That's probably why we're still such good friends. We shared playlist after playlist of our favorite somber songs to get down to, specifically with the sickness. That's as in down to into our graves. My bad. Cold wave, dark wave, ethereal wave, even personal favorites we would have never shared with the other goths at school. Bands like Lust and FEMA Death Camp, even Tombstone. Madeline, or the quite appreciated Mad for short, also shared a similar physique too. So eventually, we also started sharing and swapping everything from bustiers to our thigh-high combat boots to black licorice number 13 eyeshadow. Well, until recently. A year or two ago, we were still a picturesque twin pair of lanky and awkward goth teens. Then Madeline started to progress. Biologically speaking, any time afterwards when we'd meet up, it seemed Madeline had grown a bit. Not that I cared personally, it was more like I was the only one who was around her enough to notice back then. Well, other than Madeline herself, I mean. It wasn't too big of a problem at first, but week after week, even if it was just catching a glimpse while hiding out and skipping Algebra 2, or over at her house initially ripping holes in her sleeves or her shirts, she was always, well, bigger than the last time I saw her. Even back then, I could tell she was really struggling with her growth spurts, but Mad was able to maintain her normal cold and unemotional front most of the time, so I never brought it up. The only problem was, I like this art style, but I don't know if you guys caught all the hints of what is really going on. Interesting. Okay. She never stopped growing. Now Madeline puts the thick in gothic, but the Lotta in a Lolita attire, and let's just say she doesn't exactly feel spiritually intoned about it either. Being her close friend and roommate, though, all this time, I've heard her gripes about firsthand how every single jelly donut she snuck into her plate in the student cafeteria was supposed to be her last one ever, and now it was going to add another inch to her thighs. But her tits were swelling up so large now that her fattened nipples were close to popping, her piercings off from their sheer mass and weight. Now it's been forever since the two of us have decided to go out to see a band or hit up a rave, even though Mads has been the one canceling any other plans at the minute. Not to mention how I feel. Truth is, I think I pretty much have a crush on her. She's bossy and cranky most of the time, almost like a spoiled princess, but it's me, there's just something so attractive about her. I just maybe it's not something I can really explain. With all of the changes Madeline's been going through and with the whole apathetic goth image, there's never really been a good time to bring it up, at least not without coming off as sarcastic. Plus, I'm worried if I said something to her, I could ruin things between us. So for now, I'm just hanging in there for her, being as good of a close friend as I possibly can. Which brings us back here, me, Raven, right outside our dorm's first doors. Going by how empty the parking lot looks, we're probably the only two students still on campus this Friday night. Undoubtedly, there's a local sorority and frat house throwing a bash with plenty of booze, going out for drinks on Friday night, so one of the few times she'd actually loosen up a bit and even smile. Now she hardly ever wants to leave the room at all. But I'm going to go check on Madeline now and see if she wants to head out tonight. Knowing her, though, she's probably in one of her extra pouty moods rather than just her regular level of sour and dour. Let's start this game. It's not much to look at, but this is the main lobby on the side of our dorm. Let's check these signs. The sign says student dorms, student lockers, lower level vending machines. Okay, so we need to go to the left. Let's go this way. Here it is, dorm suite dorm room. I wonder what Madeline is up to right now. Let's knock on the door. See? It does have awesome music. That's why I'm playing this. Go away. Madeline, it's me. Why is the door locked? Planning on another night of pondering, weak and weary alone? Yes, I mean, at least not until you got here. So what's the problem? You want to head out and... Raven, the last thing I want to do tonight is show my face in public. I mean, more than usual. Seriously? What is it tonight? You mean you haven't heard already? Heard about what? Right, well, I managed to get into my last good-fitting black romper, and I made it through most of the day fine. When what? When something or someone tore my top off and I had to hurry back here in nothing but my bra and panties. It was so embarrassing. I am as good as dead, Raven. My life is ruined. No worse, my reputation on campus is ruined. What am I going to do, Raven? The idea of such a fantastical image was a lot for you to take. You were thankful there was a door between you and Madeline at the moment, or she would have definitely noticed you biting your top lip. Like this? That's weird. Raven? It sucks that it happened when you weren't around, though. Not that you weren't quite accustomed to seeing her twin moons out. The idea of watching Mad's overstuffed frame wobble its way across campus. The only thing she ever broken in public before was when she'd snap her ink choker after trying to eat that extra large... Raven! Huh? Oh, sounds like yet another crime of cruelty this sick-sad world has thrown upon you. Exactly. Alright, I can understand not wanting to head out tonight. Just move whatever you've got blocking the door and we can chill or whatever. Actually what? Actually, I need you to get something for me first. What? Well, after whatever ripped my outfit off, I came straight back here, so I ended up leaving my black book in my locker. Grab it for me, and I promise I'll let you in. Sure, whatever you say. Sure, Mad. Whatever you say. You know, I got you covered, even when your top doesn't. Just make it quick. Get me something to eat too while you're at it. I didn't exactly get to the student cafeteria after my life became a nearly naked nightmare. Okay, your book and something to snack on? Got it. Anything else? Oh, my locker combo. I hate repeating this out loud, so pay attention. Okay, I will. Got it? Yep, 23, 15, 15, 20. Right? Okay, be right back, Miss Queen of the Underworld, or should I say underwear? Just go. Okay, let's go back, and the first thing we gotta do is go to her locker. Let's check the signs. Student lockers is to the right. Let's go straight. This hallway has a few students' lockers in it, Madeline's and your own included. It's nice not having to go all the way back to your dorm room between classes. Lunging around these textbooks can give you some real back pain. And speaking of back pain, there's some wheelchairs available for any student that are dealing with recent rapid growth spurts. Strangely enough, Madeline isn't exactly the only big woman on campus. Let's investigate these lockers. Unfortunately, your lockers aren't too far away from each other. Check out your own locker. Yeah, let's check out my own locker. Let's try to open Mad's locker. Let's see. What was it again? That's it. Okay, let's check what's inside. Whoa, that actually scared me. Let's open this. Yes, looks like the locker's open. There's Maddie's diary. I better bring it to her. Can I collect it? No, I automatically get it, I guess. Okay, let's go to the vending machine. What's this way? Oh, downstairs? Okay, let's go downstairs. This is the lower level of the dorms. There's a vending machine area and a coffee bar on this level. Let's go this way. Nope, let's go this way. Let's go this way. Check your locker. It's nice that there's these Yang brand vending machines here at the academy for when the cafeteria is closed, or for those that leave their student IDs back in their room and can't get into their cafeteria. It's a little odd how they actually sell the party bag sizes of treats at such a low price, but you're not complaining. On first glance, you see the usual lineup of classic snacks: Chuba Bubba Bubba Gum, Cup Up brand cupcakes, gooey kablooies, even a Cinnabons brand Pesquidillo pack. Then you see two items that really catch your attention. First, a brand new snack in stock, Black Widow Abnuckers bars. You remember seeing a commercial from them on TV, and that they promised to give anyone the hourglass frame. Then your eye drifts to Mad's absolutely favorite, Cackle snacks. You couldn't go wrong if you showed up with a bag of those chocolate sweets. Which one to get, though? Why wouldn't I? Oh, too bad I don't have any cash at the moment. This is the dorm student-run coffee bar. It's not huge, but the cafe is always good. And the small... okay, there seems to be something oddly shining on the ground. It's the one of the new holographic wood bucks. Okay, let's pick up the money. Woo! Use that $1 to buy some Cackle snacks. Use the $1 to buy those Black Widow. Black Widow. No, let's get you her favorite ones. Why wouldn't I do that? I like that face on it. Nice! Madeline's gonna love it when I show up with these Cackle snacks. I better put these in my locker. I can smell the chocolate from here, and it's very tempting. Alright, now I got the snacks. I got the diary. Now to go back. Yeah, go back to our room. Maybe she'll let us in. Raven, yeah, it's me. Have you decided to stop barricading the door yet? That depends. Did you get my stuff yet? Actually, I do have something for you. Ha! I already did, and I got you something special. You shake the snacks so the treats rumble around loudly, and then quickly hear an audible gurgling from the other side of the door. Raven, seriously? I love you. Seriously? Not seriously, but, well, just come on in. But once you come in, there's no going back. Whatever, just let me in. Yeah, just let... You're ginormous. It's about time. Here, you're booking some snacks from the vending machine. Madeline mutters a bit more as she relocks the door behind her, but she almost looks happy as you show her the two treasures you've retrieved. She then takes the Crackle snacks from you, leaving you holding her diary. Glad that's over. Madeline worked the bag open and looks ready to gorge herself before shooting you a puzzled glance. What? Don't you want your diary? Diary? Oh, you mean my book? Nah, just as long as it's safe here, you can set it down on the table. Wait, can I read it now? Okay, but only because you're my best friend and got it for me. Here, let me get the lock. You handle the tome and she fidgets with the golden lock shaped like a skull. In a few seconds it's open and she hands it back to you. Your eyes are alight at finally getting to take a peek at Madeline's inner psyche. Psyche! What kind of aggressive outrage towards this sad yet beautiful world is she barely be keeping from boiling over? Your heart beats madly and wildly, ready to read it. If she's possibly written about having feelings for you, fingers trembling, you open the book to its first few pages and it's not what you expect at all. It's a book of poems, haikus, at that. Well, okay, maybe there's something interesting here? The last piece of pie. More will notice your absence than mourn my own death. The only question, can't somebody else do it? I'm not getting up. Life is a buffet. Death is just a dessert course. Now who is hungry? Are these all food poems? Pure insanity. A wet toilet seat cover. My life is ruined. Angel dolls. Mom sins. Have halos, so are undead. Yes, hardcore for sure. Even if no one knows, reincarnated me, student loans still will. The moon hides her sighs in the black satin of night. I feel the same way. To girl and ascot, I wish your butt got bigger, said one in glasses. Cyclist in streets, one lane or sidewalk, will you find a home? Life is all despair. Wait, one more cookie in a box? I live on for now. At the gates of hell, endless damnation looks like two large door knockers. That looks like the end of the book. Oh my gosh. A moment passes after you reach the last page. You realize you've been silently focused on reading for quite some time. Looking up, you see Madeline has been leering at you all the while, her treats left untouched. You return her glance for just a moment before quickly reverting her eyes back to the book. Direct eye contact when Madeline was asking for trouble. Her irises were like the tips of two closed cigarettes burning in the night, with a burning intensity to their glare. You reread the last poem and then close the book, setting it down on a nearby table, disappointed that this treasure tome wasn't all you were hyping it up to be. Terrible, right? No, it's not bad, just not what I was expecting. You try to hide the deflated look on your face while answering. Meanwhile, Madeline starts going through the bag of treats. Really? You like them? That's what the stuff I put down whenever I feel sensitive. Haiku structure kind of makes me feel like there's still something I can actually control in my life. Believe me, when I can feel control of my life. Believe me, I can feel the whole block today. I would like to say that from the train. I be telling other than you, honestly, I have sort of wanted to share them with someone. What? A slightly panicked look comes to Madeline's face as she mentally relives the removal of her clothes this afternoon. In a much faster pace, she drops a few more of the casket-shaped chocolates into her mouth and swallows before starting up again. I don't know how I'm going to live this down, Raven. Can I ask you to just dump me in the crematorium and tell them to get it over with? More like crematorium. With the way she's going through those treats, still, you should probably say something to Madeline at this time of need. Madeline, You try to gather your thoughts together, but suddenly they're all jumbled together. You try to shape the right sentence to say, but this nearly impossible other than a few fragments. It could be because the girl you have the hots for is gobbling down chocolates. It certainly made it just a bit hard concentrating. You blink and manage to get enough of your consciousness together that three oddly familiar phrases come into the forefront of your mind. What should your strategy be? She's lost control. Pictures of you. Some girls are bigger than others. She's lost control. Pictures of you? Maybe I'll go with that. An idea suddenly strikes you. This could be just the cure of Maddie's depressed demeanor. One sec. You don't wait to hear her response as you bolt out of the room and take off for your locker. You quickly retrieve the photo you have stashed away there and made it back into the room. Now nearly out of breath, Madeline hasn't moved an inch. What was that all about? Look at this. You hand the photo over to her, and she takes it silently. I took this picture when we went down to that bar way off campus, all the way over on Fascination Street. You had such a great time that night. You were even smiling. It was nice. I don't remember that, and I definitely don't remember smiling. Probably because you had such a good time partying. What's wrong with smiling more than isn't going to change that? I totally embarrassed myself today. Being nicer isn't going to make these shrink. So I can't just go back to normal. So the quote-unquote Queen of the Night core scene wants to be normal. Raven, don't play dumb. You've never brought up my boobies before, but I've seen the stares you give when you think I'm not looking. My own best friend can't help but gawk at how ridiculous I look. I want something to be how they were. I want to blend in. I'm supposed to be cold and emotionless as the moon, not look like I have two moons sprouting out of my chest. You take a deep breath before this next part. Unsure about how onslaught of expletives you undoubtedly about to unleash. You're gonna kill somebody. Madeline, I'm just going to say it. There's no winning in a war against those, so why can't you be both? Both? Yeah, there's not some rule saying goth girls can't have big titties, right? Even if there was a rule, the Mads I know would be one of the first to break it. So I'm saying own it. Be unrepentant. Be unashamed about it. Let them stare. Why not show everyone you don't give a F about what they think? Ashamed, huh? Yeah, Raven, you're right. I was worried too much about what everyone else thought. I should just own it. I can have big titties and be a goth girl, no matter what the heck someone says I can't. Yeah! I could probably even be one of those cam girls if I wanted to. Dorks on the internet would possibly pay big money to see me break some pros. Alright, maybe a screen name like Maddie Macabre or Miss Veery Scary. Cool, so do you want to go out tonight and test out your new big titty goth girl persona? Sure. In fact, I could use a few short shots to forget about today. Let me see if I can at least Frankenstein my remaining wardrobe into something I could fit in. Madeline lets the bra she struggles with slip from her shoulders and takes a seat on the end of her bed, moaning in relief as she does it. That's so much better. You don't mind, right? No, I'm fine. I'm fine. You answer, trying not to sound too quick and without a hint of emotion, even with all that flesh in your face. After all the running around you had me doing, I'm heading for the shower. If we hurry, we can even make it before happy hour starts. Suddenly, Madeline grabs your hand. Oh, is this like a boss battle or something? Wait, Raven. Yeah? Thanks for putting up with me. It's no big deal, Mad. That's what friends are for. Seriously, though, you're the only person that bothered to stay my friend, even with how I get sometimes. I swear, it's almost like you enjoy it when I boss you around. Madeline laughs, but you don't. Laughing and holding your hand like this, she's unaware she's cut straight to your heart. All you can do is squeak out, Rave, you say something? Well, I mean, like I said before, it's no big deal. I said, you can boss me around with whips and chains if you want. No, just had a funny thought. You wouldn't get it. Yeah, no big deal. No big deal. Why are you moving your eyebrows like that? Well, that's what you want to say, but your brain is still temporarily in a state of shock. The rules don't come right out. It's almost like a strange fear grips you just before you speak. So instead you sputter out, ugh. Madeline has so completely hit the horny nail right on the head, you're still unable to speak. Her sharp eyes pierce into yours, and then flash with a sudden realization, a sudden understanding that what she's missed in the tone of your squeaks, as well as what she's been missing for all these years now. Raven! Oh no, she doesn't have to say a word. Her smug and knowing smile says it all. Seriously not saying I don't like you as a friend, but... So let me get this right. You don't want me as your big titty goth girlfriend? Yes, I just really like being around you, Madeline. I don't believe you. You what? Can't show that. Madeline pauses for a second or two, thinking something over, then abruptly shifts her weight and leans back on her bed. I said, shut your mouth, you piece of trash, and make yourself useful. You're in complete disbelief. Your nipples tent into top within seconds, and you're barely breathing. Her nearly nude form full revealed to you. You realize Madeline just weighed at least twice what you do now, the size difference only adding to the erotic sense of power she has over you. You don't move. You can't move, not in front of this absolutely perfect sight before you. Madeline suddenly tugs your arm and you topple on top of her. That's an order. Did I pull too hard? I'm fine. You keep going. Good. Then show your queen how much she means to you. You finally embrace her as you wanted to do for so long. You're panting and would be totally embarrassed if anyone else saw you like this, but giving it in your lust, just letting go. It feels so good. You let your mind blank and become putty in Madeline's hands from just a tiny bit of dirty talk. You don't even feel yourself pulling your clothes off. You're kissing anyway. Any and every part of her body you can get your lips on. You've wanted this so badly for so long. Skin on skin, tongue piercing sparing against tongue, piercing as carelessly through crash together. You break for air just for a second, then taking your tongue, you just barely tap the tip of her nipple piercing. Madeline shivers in surprise. She brings up her hand to caress the back of your head just a bit. You look up and you lock eyes. You want to give her everything, anything she wants. In two hot and quick breaths of her own, she commands you. In a lust-filled haste, you work a hand in her thigh, giving them a joyful division. You reach down and find warmth and wetness. Madeline's eyes close in ecstasy as all she squeals in delight before quickly following it up with "Feed me." Without hesitation, you expertly reach for the remaining food with a free hand. You hold one out of Madeline's waiting lips and she greedily chews it down, making sure to lick your fingers with a lusty look. She swallows the mouthful before shouting, I didn't get to read what it said, so now I'm really confused. As the dream sets in, darkness overtakes everything, and the world around you began to shift and change. You were walking somewhere in a tunnel of sorts, from what you could tell. There was a bright shining light in the distance at the end of it. The floor beneath you was rolling and chilling to the touch of your bare feet. You have a jolt of realization that you're in fact entirely naked. You are also carrying something very large and very heavy. Despite your dream self continues trudging forward without grievance. Soon you could hear a significant rumbling emanating from whatever waiting at the end of this tunnel. Strangely, through you weren't afraid. It felt almost familiar. A few more steps and you finally about to enter the chamber at the end of this place. Light is gleaming so brightly now you have never shielded your eyes from the surge of glowing brilliance. That's when you can finally see what's been shimmering so strong. What in the world? I'm just gonna continue. Okay, so I guess to summarize it, it's basically she's a huge dragoness and I'm an elf and I'm her servant bringing her gold. So all of this on the side is gold and it seems like I feed her the gold. I mean, that's what I get out of it. And then I tell her, oh, look, there's something over there. I think there's this new thing called a bikini. She's like, no armor. You don't get to wear nothing. When you come to me, I want no weapons, no followers, no clothes, no nothing. That's the end of the game in a fantasy like that. I wish I would have read what it said before. Maybe it would tell me why I'm in this weird world. Out of curiosity, I mean, like, it's almost like a typical virtual novel, really. There's not really much gameplay. I mean, you go to the locker, you go to the vending machine, you have a choice to make, and there's some word choices that you got to make. But I mean, I don't know that there's multiple endings. I don't know how many, but I am curious on one decision that I made, and I'm gonna go do that real quick. I want to see how she reacts when I get her the other one. The Ab Knackers bar. Nice. Madeline's gonna love it when I show up with these. I better put this in my locker. I can smell them from here. Okay, so to summarize, this hallucination, and that's what it is. So after we finish doing our thing, I go off and I hallucinate, like go into like start daydreaming. And so this one is her kind of being a celebrity and her being okay and accepting and loving her body. So she goes and shows it off to people. Oh, that's weird. So I don't know. That was weird. I don't know what I expected it on it. Like honestly, I don't care if you believe me or not, but what caught my attention was the Game Boy art style, and just by the trailer, I liked the music. But other than that, I didn't know what to expect out of it, and that was weird. I guess you could expect it from a game title like that, but I mean, you know what? It actually made me want to see the other endings or what other things could happen. I don't know. Yeah, that's the weirdest visual novel that I've played so far. But if you guys want to give it a try, experience it for yourself, maybe there's other stuff that I haven't figured out that you guys can. But it's available on Steam if you guys want to give this a shot or whatever, if you're into that sort of thing. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Koopa Cola signing off.